Welcome to the Wisconsin Music Podcast.
Welcome back to the Wisconsin Music Podcast. If you're looking for rock done right, look no further than Blame It On Cain, a powerhouse rock band straight out of Beertown, USA. With a hard-hitting, no-frills rock sound, the band has been delivering anthemic, guitar-driven music since their 2008 debut album. We're almost on 20 years here. Rhythm's Schism. Over the years, their music has transcended local airways with tracks like Yesterday's Happy, landing on a national compilation and Miami Beach, becoming the theme song for an animated web series. So Blame It On Cain has an impressive journey, as you just heard, collaborating on stage with Vander of the Verve pipe, constantly evolving their sound and consistently releasing critically acclaimed albums, including Big Down Under back in 2017, Amp Grease in 19, Implied Maturity in 22, the latter being their first all-acoustic album. We talked about, I believe, in our last interview a couple of years ago. But now, here in 2024, now 25, the band is making a bold return to their hard rock roots with their latest release, Doggie Bag, which is a 4-track EP featuring reimagined classics, a 90s post-alternative cover, and a never-before-released track pulled from the archives, which is now available on iTunes, Amazon Music, Tidal, Bandcamp, and all other major streaming platforms. Doggie Bag is a must-hear for rock fans. I just got done listening to it, and it is phenomenal. You guys definitely need to go check that out. Joining me today is Sam. I'm probably going to butcher this.
Bettcher.
Sam Bettcher, which is vocals, but also Steve Dranchuk is their guitarist. Steve Seeger is their drums, and Chris Treuter is their bass player. But Sam is here today to talk about Blame It On Cain. So let's dive right into the band's journey, their latest music, and what's next for Wisconsin rock revivalists. So, Sam, welcome back to the Wisconsin Music Podcast.
Thanks for having us back. We appreciate it.
How did Blame It On Cain, so people can get to re-know you if they already kind of know you but haven't heard of you before, come together? What's the story behind the name?
Story behind the name. Well, I mean, we started way back in 2006, maybe.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah. 2000 is so long ago. Basically got together a bunch of guys, and back when there was, want ads on MilwaukeeRocks.com, and
yep. Remember those days?
Yeah, we all kind of found each other. And then, as far as the band name, our drummer, one day, he's a big Elvis Costello fan, and he has a song called Blame It On Cain, and which is confusing when you Google search Blame It On Cain, usually Elvis Costello comes up before you get to us.
Gotcha.
But he just, one day, I was brand new. I'd only been with the band for like 2 weeks, so I didn't feel like I had, and he said, anyway, one day, Steve just says to Rich, "Hey, what's the band name again?" And Rich just said, "Blame It On Cain." And we were all like, "Huh, okay."
It works.
So, yeah. And it's been there all along.
I mean, here you are almost 20 years later, so something's good happening here.
For sure.
So, kind of go back a little bit. Your debut album, Schism, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. Rhythm Schism made waves beyond local radio. Did you guys expect that level of reach early on?
Definitely not. I mean, it was really cool. We got featured on a lot of internet radio stations. There's one in particular, Fat Cat Radio, that was based out of Rockford back then, which did a ton of promotion for us. They really liked our album. And then we had a song that was on, I don't know if they still do it, but back in those days, there were a lot of tribute albums. Like, a lot of major artists would get together, a guitarist from this band, a singer from this band, drummer from this band, and they do these tribute albums. So we were asked to be on a Guns N' Roses tribute album.
Oh, nice.
Not doing a Guns N' Roses song. So there was a 2-disc set. So the first disc was a GNR tribute album, which had, like, Tracy Guns was actually on that album. Like, a lot of known players were on the album playing in different songs. And then we were on the bonus disc.
Gotcha.
That went along with it. But it was everywhere. I mean, it was, got sold nationwide in stores and everything. And it was just a really cool thing to be a part of.
How'd you guys get hooked up to be on that?
I don't even remember, to be honest.
Okay.
Like I said, we had so many weird things pop up. Like we charted on mp3.com AU in Australia back in the day. How our songs ended up. That's why our return album was called Big Down Under. It's kind of a joke. Like we were
Gotcha.
in Australia, even though we weren't, but somehow we were on the charts in the mp3.com charts in Australia, which is just kind of a running gag. Like,
yeah, I hear you. Oh man, you're bringing back some memories from back then, how everything kind of started evolving once, the internet started, getting a little bit more and more popular.
Right.
So over the years, your sound has evolved, from hard rock to acoustic, which was like that album before. And now you're back again. How did you decide this direction to take?
Well, I guess we were never really changing. The idea for the acoustic album was just we always wanted to do an acoustic album. We actually had an acoustic song on our Big Down Under album, which just sounded really good. So it was like, you know what, someday let's do it. And then by the time we got to Implied Maturity, it's like, this is it. We're going to do a full acoustic album, which is great. We got some really cool songs we're proud of on there. I mean, we won the Whammy that year, so that was amazing. So the plan was always, it was just kind of a one and done. But, I mean, going forward, hopefully we'll sprinkle in an acoustic song or two on future albums. So,
do you feel that doing that acoustic album has elevated your level of playing?
Oh, for sure. Again, we learned a lot. I think too, when you're writing those songs, I think you got to be more precise. You don't have amps or anything to cover it up, for sure. I think we definitely learned a lot.
Like you said, Big Down Under and Amp Grease, which came out in 19, were well received. What were some of the standout moments from those projects?
Really, it was a standout. Can't think of any specific moments on those. As far as, I mean, we write really well together. Yeah, we always have. Especially with the core group, which has been me, Rich, and Steve. Anytime we get into songwriting mode, good things happen, and they happen. Things come together so quickly. Like we never really struggle when it comes to putting a song together and putting parts together. It's just. We're just always able to come up with something that we're really proud of, which has been, especially after all these years, really cool. And then we keep kind of impressing each other. Like, oh man, where did that come from? Like, oh, that fill is like, I haven't heard that before. Yeah. And we've just been kind of evolving naturally.
Yeah. It's great to be in a group of, creative people that keep inspiring each other. I mean, I think that just keeps spiraling up and up and up into, being better at your craft, I would think.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you guys shared the stage with Brian from the Verve Pipe, where did that lie in with your album release? It's like,
so that was early on. That was around Rhythm Schism time. So that was kind of cool. He was doing a lot of these small shows, and to be able to, we actually played an opening set. Actually, it was our first acoustic set we ever played, because Brian was playing acoustically, so we didn't want to be loud or anything. Gotcha. So we played an opening set, and then he asked us to join him on stage for a couple of songs. We had one song prepared, and it's one of his solo songs, so it wasn't even a Verve Pipe song, but that went really well. But then he said, "Hey, do you want to do another one?" And we all looked like, we got nothing prepared. Like, it's just okay. And then Brian starts playing Ice Cream Man by Van Halen. Gotcha. And the rest of the guys, I don't really play an instrument, like at least not live. So I just kind of bowed out and let it happen. And it was awesome. Like it was just this organic, amazing performance that thankfully we at least have. We don't have it on video, but we do have it on audio, and I think we have it up on our SoundCloud. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. And where was this?
This was in Germantown. Okay. He was doing a lot of like these, what he was calling home concerts and stuff. He was actually raising money to produce another solo album back in the day when he was just doing solo albums.
Yeah, it's cool, when you're someone that has that kind of level in the music industry, and just it's just like a regular person is just like, I want to jam with you, and let's do some stuff.
And cool. Afterwards, when we're walking out together and he's actually humming one of our songs that we played earlier in the night, So yeah, thankfully we've stayed in contact with him over the years, and he's just been really cool guy.
Have you guys have any plans to do anything with him in the future?
I mean, he's doing a lot of stuff with Verve Pipe these days. They're doing a lot of stuff. So yeah, I don't see anything, but maybe if we're lucky someday.
Yeah, cool. So obviously Doggie Bag is your newest release. It's the 4-song EP. So you came back to this harder rock sound, obviously, after your acoustic album. Now, do you feel like this is kind of like your main sound, or are you trying to become more than what you were before the acoustic album?
I don't think there's any aim to be more or less of anything. However, so Doggie Bag actually came out last year. It actually came out about a year ago, and we actually just got out of the studio.
Okay.
So we are going to release a new album this year, a full album called it's called Legal Tender. We've got 4 other songs recorded, and we're just going through final mixing. And I can't say enough. We're all kind of, I don't know, beside ourselves with how amazing they sound and how true of an evolution it really is.
Yeah.
So we're all super, super excited for people to hear these songs, because there certainly was an evolution to Doggie Bag. Was actually kind of, we wanted to put something else out, but most of those songs, well, they're previous songs from Rhythm Schism that we redid. Obviously, we did the Cumbersome cover, the 7 Mary 3 cover. Right. And then we did Stay, which Stay was written in 2009. So that's kind of throwing some extra stuff just so we could keep recordings out there. But this next album, where we have these all new songs, we already have, like I said, 4 of them are already in the bag or in the can. It's amazing how much we've grown, and they sound so good.
Excellent.
Just want to let you know that my recording studio, ZTF Studio, has now been open for the last 6 months. For over 20 years, I've been helping artists like you bring your music to life with high-quality recordings and mixing. At ZTF Studio, it's not just about recording. It's about capturing your best performance, finding the perfect mix, and making sure your music sounds exactly how you imagined it, or even better. Whether you're a band, solo artist, or need professional voiceover work, I got you covered. I know how much music means to you because as a musician myself, it means a lot to me as well. That's why I put everything I've got into making sure that your recordings are polished, powerful, ready to stand out. So if you're ready to take your sound to the next level, let's make it happen. Contact me at ztfstudio@gmail.com. Call me at 262-757-8120. Check out some recordings that I have up on my website at ztfstudio.com. I also have Instagram, which is under ZTF_studio. Contact me whenever you have any questions or would like to book a session. Thanks.
Now, this new album that's coming out, do you guys have a title for it yet?
Yeah, so it's going to be called Legal Tender.
So with Legal Tender, what's the difference between, and I'm not saying playability, a level of playability, but like, what have you guys done differently compared to the other recordings? Did you go somewhere else? Did you use somebody else to record? Kind of give us the background on this.
Yeah, no, we always record at Cherry Pit Studios with Eric Bros. He's our guy. But I think so. We've had some band lineup changes, especially since Implied Maturity.
Okay.
For Implied Maturity, we had another bass player, Kevin, and then we had a second guitarist for a while with Rob. Kevin left. Then we found our new bassist, Chris, and then Rob left the band. So there's a lot of kind of turnover. But now, we've been with Chris for a year, and the 4 of us, like I said, me and Chris and me, Steve, and Rich have been together for, forever. But I don't know, the new group, it has come out with a new sound. I mean, some of these songs are like, we've always had catchy choruses. And that's kind of one of the highlights of us. We got riffs, we got catchy choruses. Mm-hmm. some of our riffiness has been kind of turned up a notch, and the catchiness of these songs have really been amped up, so to speak. It's just really, it's hard to describe without hearing it, but you can just hear the difference. It's punchier. It's a little edgier. It's more modern, actually. Okay. I say a lot of our songs kind of fall in that 90s, maybe with some 70s and 80s kind of mixed together is kind of how we just described it. Mm-hmm. This album actually sounds more modern rock.
Okay.
Modern. So yeah.
Welcome to the world of just you and me, baby. The sun is shining bright, the grass is so green, yeah. We spent our whole lives waiting for this, baby, and now we get the chance to live all our dreams, yeah. Let's hit the road with all the places to go, yeah. Don't matter where, as long as with you, yeah. Just hold my hand and I'll hit the gas, honey. We'll quit the radio so we can sing loudly. It's time for love to shine. No more wasting time. I see the gleam, baby, just you and me, baby. Time to be free, yeah. I love the way that I make you smile, baby. Those big blue eyes give off natural highs, yeah. Grab some tequila and we'll make a toast, baby, to you and I just living the life, yeah. It's time for love to shine. No more wasting time. I see the gleam, baby, just you and me, baby. Time to be free, yeah. It's time for love to shine. No more wasting time. I see the gleam, baby, just you and me, baby. Time to be free, yeah.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. It's good to, to be able to hear the progression of it, the level of playability, the sonics, like you said, it's a little more punchy, and it, I think the way you're describing it sounds like this is going to be a really good album for you guys.
Yeah, we feel really, really strongly about it, and we're, like I said, we only have half of it done, so we're excited to work on the second half.
Yeah.
There's one song that's fully done that we haven't even recorded that we love too.
Yeah.
So it's we're excited.
Excellent. So let's kind of talk about the scene a little bit that that you guys are a part of. So what is your take on the current rock scene in Wisconsin right now?
Well, it is I'd say it's a little rough for original bands out there. It's kind of been difficult to find new places to play. Trying to get in. It is still about who you know, unfortunately. Trying to get into any of the big things like Mile of Music or Summerfest or any of the bigger festivals, still evades us.
Yeah.
still evades us after all these years. I guess we just don't know the right people. But we have camaraderie with a couple of local bands. I think that's the other thing I found too is I think it can be, I don't want to say cliquey is not the word maybe, but it's just, like we have 4 or 5 bands that we end up playing with all the time because we all know each other. So we always play together. But, and then we've played a lot of shows with other bands, but then, we book a lot of shows, but then, there's a lot of reciprocation out there all the time, and I know it's an interesting time for original music out there.
Yeah. even back in, 20 years ago when I was in an original band, it was still hard to find places that wanted to do, take a chance on original music, because if you can have a good cover band, that's going to draw more of a crowd because people want to drink and have fun and they want to sing along and stuff like that. But there's nothing wrong with original music either. And I think people just have to give it more of a chance. And I think hopefully that's someday will hopefully, come around.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream. That's the dream.
I mean, most national touring acts are their original bands, and they had to be a local band at one time, you would think,
Right.
But I would think that the music industry has changed since you guys have started. Is there anything that you guys had to do to adapt to the changes?
I mean, we're still adapting. Like, we could definitely do better with our internet presence, Yeah. I mean, we're on the older side, so, we're not really on the Instagram or the or the TikToks or I actually had somebody tell us, like, your Instagram presence is terrible. It's like, well, we don't have one. She's like, that's the point.
That's the point. Gotcha.
So there's that. Obviously, it's funny because we bring, we still got, CD. We still print CDs and stuff. And we take them to shows. Sometimes we'll give away and they just go like, what are we going to do with this?
Yeah. Well, it feels like, people want vinyl or streaming. They don't want anything in between, even though I've heard CDs and cassettes even are starting to come back a little bit. But
yeah, I've seen cassettes coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. So we talked about a little bit about your songwriting process because, it was like the three of you are like the original members and kind of feed off of each other. And, like you said, there's like a cool lick or a cool drum fill or something that just keeps elevating you guys. But for like live performances, like what's your go-to setup? I mean, so if someone's never heard of you guys before and they're going to come and see you, what would they expect when they come and see you on stage? What's the show? For
us, it's pretty much no frills. Just straight up, kind of arena rock, just having fun, positive, upbeat, sometimes thoughtful lyrics. Okay. So we got a couple thinkers in there, but for us, it's all about fun and the love of music, the joy of music, and the artistic side of it. And we don't take ourselves too seriously. Again, that's why the one album's called Implied Maturity, because the acoustic maybe implies maturity, but we're not. We're still kids at heart. So
right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we definitely do not take ourselves all that seriously.
Cool. I know you guys worked with Brian from the Verve, but what are some other memorable or wild tour stories that you guys have that the audience might be interested in hearing?
I mean, we played a really cool festival down in Ohio back in the day, with bands like American Dog, and that was pretty cool. That was our first and only like big festival show. We had a battle of the bands that we were told we were too good to win, so we got nothing. We got last.
Okay.
So I can tell that story. That's a fun one.
Let's hear that one.
It was a MSOE. Our drummer at the time was a grad student at MSOE. Okay. And MSOE had a battle of the bands, and actually our drummer's friend was running it. So they had 6 bands, and there were 5 awards. So they had like a first, second, third, and then some kind of side award, and then another side award, right? So we went in. It was actually one of our best shows. I mean, we played really well. We sounded great. The setup was great, so you could hear yourself, and it was a really, really good show. That was actually the show. The first time we had somebody buy our CD who didn't know us ahead of time.
Nice.
So anyway, the first time, we had a table, signed autographs. It was like, it was pretty cool. Right. You always remember the first time you get to do that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So we get to the awards part of the day, and we thought, we're feeling good about ourselves. We're feeling really good. If we didn't win, the winner actually got studio time and stuff. But how those things go. Maybe we won't win, but again, 5 out of 6 bands are winning something.
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes. And first they did those kind of side awards, like those consolation awards.
Okay.
And we didn't get it. and which was fine, you know.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, you know, they go third, and then they go second. Like, okay, oh, you know, I mean, we're not last. We're clearly not last. And you know, they announced first place, and we were the only band to not win anything. And we just looked at each other like, I mean, okay, that's weird. Right. So the drummer at the time, he was fuming. He was upset. So he went and found his buddy. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and he's like, well, you know, the committee just decided that, you know, you guys are so much better than everyone else. It just wouldn't be fair to have you win. And what? And it's like, well, even if that were the case, you couldn't give us one of the consolation awards or something. Right. Like, instead, we're the only band who gets nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So we still joke about that one all the time. So, but we've done some other Bad Other Bands that have been fun. We've done back when they had kind of that Mom Fest. That was kind of fun. Stuff like that. So
okay, cool. Now, do you have at least a goal date for the release of your newest album?
Fall.
Okay.
So originally it was going to be an EP released now.
Okay.
But these songs were so good. We're like, let's just hold off and make it a full album because we're so proud of these. Like so I will say this, we're going to drop songs as singles before we get to the album release.
Okay.
So within the next month, we'll have at least our first single out, which again, can't wait for everybody to hear because it's awesome. Nice. And then, but fall would be the target release.
Okay. Then my next follow-up question to that is, would you guys like to have Wisconsin Music Podcast premiere that song at the same time that you're releasing it? So we could like have this episode release around the same time that song gets released.
We absolutely can do that. 100%.
Excellent. Okay.
You bet.
So what I would need you guys to do is just send me that song and then let me know what date you want me to release it on.
Okay.
Or around the date that you want me to release it on, and then I'll put it out around that time. Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Excellent. Cool. Future plans. So what's next? I mean, I know the album release is coming up, but like, what's your shows coming up? What's new, stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, typically what we do, which will be a little interesting because usually we spend all winter writing, which we did.
Yeah.
But now we have more songs to write. So will we play as many shows as we normally do? I'm not sure. Usually we try to play at least once or twice a month through like spring, summer, and fall.
Okay.
Do have a show coming up on the 22nd of February. That's going to be at Quarters in Milwaukee. We're probably going to do Make Music Madison again. We've done that the last couple of years. It's been awesome. We've had a great response. I know we'll probably get out to Madison again and play at the place. No, I just can't think of it. We've been there a few times. It's the wrong time to blank on that.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah. Every July, late July, we do a show we put on a big show at Kachansky's. It's called the Milwaukee Midday Matinee Music Mashup, I think, if I said them all right. So usually we get like 6 bands, and they've got an outdoor stage there. So we do it like on a Sunday afternoon. So usually right before State Fair, like the last week in July. So all ages, they got a huge patio deck, so people bring their pets. That's usually our biggest show of the year. And we'll keep trying to get into the Summerfest and the Mile of Music and all the other stuff. If you know anybody, let us know.
Okay.
So
who's mastering your album?
Usually we have Joel Wanasek do it.
Okay.
He's the one who usually does all of our masters because he's right there with Cherry Pit. So
perfect. Where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
Getting older. No. We Yeah, probably doing the same thing we're doing. I mean, we're writing new songs every year. We like putting out stuff every year if we can. We're having so much fun doing it. So, developing our craft still after all this time, getting better. Yeah, just keep doing it. Like, it's too much fun. Like for all of us, again, we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we love what we do. We love playing music. We love writing stuff. We love writing stuff together. So that's definitely not going to stop.
So basically, still together, rocking it out wherever you guys can.
Absolutely.
Excellent. As we're finishing this up, what message do you want to leave with fans who followed you over the years so far?
For everyone who's followed us, obviously, thank you for your years and years of support. And if you're just discovering us now, which we hope you do with the podcast and the new music we've got coming out, don't be afraid to hit us up on Facebook, comment on we're going to hopefully get some videos out in the future here. Come see our shows. Again, we're super, super friendly. So
absolutely.
Just trying to keep growing this thing as much as we can.
Excellent. All right. I got 5 rapid fire questions for you. You ready?
Gotcha. Yep.
Here we go. Favorite track you've ever recorded?
I'm going to say Never Be Outshined. That is on Amp Grease.
Dream band to tour with?
7 Mary 3 or Extreme.
One album you wish you wrote?
7 Mary 3 American Standard.
Nice. Vinyl, CD, or streaming? What's your personal pick?
Stream. I mean, I got the world in my pocket, man. I got to stream.
Gotcha. Describe Blame It On Cain sound in 3 words.
70s, 80s, and 90s.
Wonderful. Anything else you'd like the listeners to know before I let you go tonight?
Yeah, just again, all of our music's on Spotify, Apple Music, Yahoo, Amazon, all the places. Please check it out. We've had our music in some TV shows as well, which is pretty cool. Getting royalty checks every year for like $10. It's pretty nice. But Facebook is our main way to communicate with us. If you message us on Facebook, you will get a response. I know we're boring. Maybe we'll get out to the other social medias someday. But we are highly responsive on the Facebook. So please do reach out to us.
Excellent. Sam, thanks so much for being, again, a guest here on the Wisconsin Music Podcast. As always, great to talk with you. Great to hear what's going on with Blame It On Cain. And congratulations on the newest album coming out in the fall.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thanks so much to Sam from Blame It On Cain for coming back onto the Wisconsin Music Podcast. It's always a pleasure having him coming on the show and talking about the great musicians in his band. It's great to hear that they have a new album coming out. As you guys heard, one of the tracks from their new album earlier in the podcast. Very well done. Great musicianship. The whole album, if it's anywhere near that, is going to be fantastic. So once again, Blame It On Cain doing Wisconsin proud with their fantastic musicianship and just being out there in the local scene, playing music for everybody. So go check them out when you get a chance. You know we're going to have a good time. For those of you who are new to our show, the Wisconsin Music Podcast is dedicated to showcasing the incredible talent of Wisconsin-based musicians and the thriving local music community. Our episodes drop every Tuesday on all streaming platforms and YouTube. If you'd like to be on the show, just go to wisconsinmusicpodcast.com, fill out the guest request form up at the top, ask for your email and your name, and then I'll send you an auto email asking you for more information. If you are enjoying these episodes, please consider donating to the Wisconsin Music Podcast. Donations help pay for the website and putting the podcast up on streaming services, and also getting our name out there to all Wisconsinites and others that are interested in our great music here in Wisconsin. Donations are secured through PayPal and Stripe. All you have to do is go to the website and click on Donate to WMP. You can also head over to our Instagram and Facebook pages and like us there. Leave some comments. Also go to the podcast review section of your podcast player and leave a 5-star review. Would be great. You can also head over to YouTube and watch the interviews and leave comments there as well. Well, thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Wisconsin Music Podcast. Once again, I'm Zach Fell, your host and creator of the Wisconsin Music Podcast, where I love to amplify the great sounds coming out of the Wisconsin state. We have great talent here, great support, great listeners. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.